Oh, YouTubers, here we are. So today we are doing a Champions Day ride, okay, at Lakeside Raceway, alright, on the MT10. So a few things we talked about in the previous videos were that your mind and your body and the preparation of your bike, everything comes in tune with going to these type of days. But first and foremost, it's not a race day, although a lot of these people look quite competitive, don't they? And they will overtake you. But the main objective is this is your first day, is to look at this as a learning curve. So get in the right group. So it is not a race day. That's the first and foremost thing. It is not a race day. You do not line up on a grid. You do not take off. You are not timed. There is no winner. The winners are the ones that get over the line. G'day mate, how are ya?
Good.
That's the way. So the winners are the ones that get over the line, take your time, enjoy your day, and that's the main thing. Alright, so on these particular days we've set up our bike. I showed you how I put the gear on the back. I'm only an amateur. I've lined it all up there. I've got plenty of food for the day and protein. The mirrors are the only things you need to take off. As we discussed, you need to tape down your cameras. They scrutiny your bike. You also, at this particular place, you need a racing permit to be here. 20 bucks for the day or 65 for the year. Up the road there you've got your tyre fitting and your hire bikes and a tyre pump, and they'll give you all the information you need to know about your tyres and what type of pressure you should run on a day like today. Alright, so cheers, let's do it, let's enjoy it and have fun. This is the track day wind up, and just to see how it all went. So we have the Bridgestone S21 R's on it, and the front had 30 psi cold and the rear had 25 psi cold. The front tread, the front went well on the ride day. It had no problems. I'm an amateur rider on the track, so they more than met my capacity, and they've still got more to go, so I still wasn't as good as what I could have been. The rear tyre, you can see it's worn a bit, but overall it did a pretty good job. Alright, pretty good job. A very good job actually. When it was cold, going around the corner, it hit a little bump and drifted a little bit. When they warmed up, it was fine. The suspension upgrade, best thing you can ever do. Best thing you can ever do is a suspension upgrade for your bike. 50 bucks roughly, most people will charge you. How good's that? 50 bucks. And I mean, it was a different bike. From the first time I did that track at Lakeside there, I'd come out of the bottom corner into the straight. The bike could feel like it would always go wide, and I was scared of it. Going around a couple of the other corners, it sort of felt the same, but this time around it just felt so much better. Nothing wrong with the tyres. I thought it was the tyres of my experience previously riding this bike, so I was always a bit cautious. Nothing wrong with the tyres. Those S21 R's are really good, no problem whatsoever. The Oggy knobs, of course, they're a great safety feature. I have used them once on this bike in a little accident, and I mean, it saved a lot of money. The quick shifter is a lot of fun. The tune, I have a Woolwich tune and quick shifter. both those things went well at the track. You can change the shifter from this side to this side, which means that as you're going up the straight, you're hitting down, which is sort of like racing style. Would I have liked that? In some places, yes, but you know, you got to get used to that as well. There's a good chance you come up to a corner and you're changing down instead of up, or up instead of down, and you know, you can end up in trouble. So keep it real. Overall, for an amateur track ride day rider, the Champions Ride Days offer you a great opportunity to go out and experience a track at your own pace. You start off in the red. I went to green. I found that was a really good group to be in. There were a lot of experienced riders that didn't want to necessarily be over competitive on the day. They were in that bracket there, and it just seems safer that the people aren't allowed to overtake you on the inside of a corner. So for me, that was a great thing. And my last session I did in blue just to say I did it. And blue just to say I did it. And there was an accident, and there was another guy that near knocked the front out of my bike, and there's just no need for it. There was just no need for the action of, I've got to get past you and it's so important and I want to nearly swipe the front of your bike out and cause an accident. I mean, we're not playing for sheep stations, and the object of it is to have fun. So really, doing a track day, start off in the red, go up to green, and you know, you'll find it's a buzz. Absolute buzz, absolute fun. I'm not sure whether you can hear this, or there's too much bloody wind going through it. I never thought of the wind. So there it is, the Yamaha MT10. The standard tyres, or the S21R, will do for most people for a track day. A suspension is a genuine thing to do and tidy up. And I'd be inclined to do a suspension tied up every day of the week. Rad guards are a good thing. The brakes were fine for most mortals. Brakes are adequate. I don't see any people. There weren't that many people out braking me, unless they were, you know, on super bikes. So it is what it is. You buy a super bike to be pretty quick. You buy an MT10 to have the best of both worlds, and so that's what you get. Yeah, it goes well. You'll see my track day videos, and it went very well. Anyway, there it is. I hope there's not too much bloody wind noise through this. It's a pain in the butt when it does that. I've got more footage of the track days, and fatigue is a big thing amongst the people going to these track days, and this is what causes accidents. We've gone through physical fitness. We've said to ourselves, you know, you've got to be a bit fit for the track, mentally and physically. You've got to eat food. You've got to be prepared to keep your brain going. So the first session is where people are starting to feel things out, and some people might go mad and some won't. The session before lunch, that's a critical one. That's a critical session, the one before lunch, where people have accidents. The session after lunch, that's a critical one where people have accidents. And the last session, everyone's just feeling pretty good and maybe a bit tired, and they go for it too. So definitely fun, definitely should do it. You ride these bikes, you should gain the experience and have fun. Go and do it. I hope that the videos and the lead up to this particular end video has been helpful. You've seen the preparation of the bike, the preparation of the rider, both mentally and physically, the suspension upgrades, the tuning, and just tidying things up on a pretty standard bike overall, to have a ball doing a bit of a race, a bit of a ride day where you can test the upper limits of your bike and your abilities, and it's fun. Cheers.